he and Chris Cornell were going to expose Hillary Clinton's.
The play literally just is celebrity dies. They died because Hillary Clinton. That's it. Like, I can't imagine putting that amount of emphasis on that belief, so much so that I'm willing to throw away friends and family. It's brainworms, man. It's time. The Q conference, Channel 5 with Andrew Callaghan video. It's fucking time. Let's go.
Searching for the truth my whole life. And one time
we're about to see the absolute state of right-wing politics. The right-wing intellectuals have gathered in a single location for this conference.
I just came across a video that was about Biden and Kamala Harris and Clinton and Obama. They are Satan worshipers, Satanists.
Hell yeah,
They're
sister.
Satan worshipers, 100%. And I couldn't wait to tell my family. And they just go, they just said, you're crazy. Trump's the worst.
How does that?
That's so sad, dude. Oh no. Like, god damn it. I know it. You know it. Hillary Clinton, god damn it. Joe Biden, Obama, they're all Satan worshiping pedophile baby eaters. I've seen it. I got the documents. I told my family about it. They said, you're fucking dumb. What are you talking about? They don't know the truth, brother. Oh god. It's like, I don't even know how to approach this, man. Like, rehabilitation seems to be the play most of the time. But some of these people are super far gone, dude. Like, if you're willing to lose your family and friends over this conspiracy, which obviously in your mind isn't a conspiracy, but there is really no tangible evidence to support almost all of what Q talks about, the Q people talk about, it's a wrap, dude. I don't know what you do at that point. Like, you're kind of lost in the sauce, man, a little bit. Feel bad for her, the brainworms devoured the love for her family. Yeah, it's fucked up, man. Like, if I had, like, if I truly thought, right, that Vosh was a CIA plant, okay? And I wanted the world to know, I wouldn't have to try too hard. There's already a lot of fucking dumbasses online that think that. I live with the guy. There's no shot that the CIA would hire this person to do any kind of important activity. He's an absolute fucking dumpster fire that somehow makes it happen, okay? Anyway, I'm just kidding. Like, I can't imagine putting that amount of emphasis on that belief, so much so that I'm willing to throw away friends and family. I can't think of, like, I would be like, okay, you might not believe that. I still do, right? But we're just not going to talk about it then. Anytime we get together, I just won't talk about how I think Joe Biden is a baby eater, okay? I'm just not going to talk about it. We don't have to talk about it. I'll do it on my own, okay? It's kind of like talking to your family about the kind of porn that you watch. It's like, I brought it up once. Obviously, whoa, excuse me. I thought this family could talk about anything. I thought I could tell you that I was into fucking fursuit stepbro porn, but apparently not, right? I just won't talk about it again. We'll have our usual family meetups the normal way. I just won't bring it up. And we're chill. But for some reason, these people, like, I don't know, unless, like, the family is specifically like, we're just not going to associate with you, even if you don't talk about it, then I don't know about that. Like, if I'm the family unit, I'm going to try to want to be a part of that person's life and, like, try to get them out of it if I can. And I doubt that's the case for the family. The only explanation I seem to think would happen is, like, this lady goes to, like, meet with her family, and then she just cannot stop talking about how Hillary Clinton is taking adrenochrome and fucking eating children's spinal fluid. I don't know how you can't do both, right? I don't know. I agree with all that, but some people, like, can have a little more empathy towards, not the QAnoners. I don't know, dude. Also, by the way, I don't watch stepbro furry porn, okay? Furries are, you know, that's a bridge too far for me, all right?
How does that make you feel?
sad. I cry all the time. But I just keep praying. That's all I do. I just keep praying and asking God to open their eyes. I have a beautiful family.
Like, it's not like I just keep praying. You know, I just keep praying, please let my family just accept me for who I am, for the crazy beliefs that I have that they think are crazy. and we can just move on and still be a family. It's not that. She's like, please God, let these goddamn liberals understand that Hillary Clinton is eating babies' spines and Joe Biden is fucking drinking adrenochrome cocktails. Like, come on, man. It's brainworms, man. Like, it gets to the point where, like, I don't know what you do here, man. It's sad.
They're just blind.
Which family member do you miss the most?
Probably my baby sister. I told her we're in a spiritual warfare. This is between good and evil, and she rolled her eyes.
What was her name?
Meg. We go and have wine together and lunch together, and it's gone.
Like, how? How can you not how can you not be a wine mom?
Lies, lies, and
I don't think she's lying.
And lies on
I don't think she's lying.
Don't worry, we won't judge you if you watch Step Bro Furry Flowers Connor laugh.
Yeah, thank God. Tell that to the fucking QAnoners, dude, because I guarantee you, these people watch some absolute degenerate porn. I, on the other hand, am not a furry. However, cat girls, cat boys, etc., that's fine, but that's not furry. You talk to a furry and be like, I like cat girls, I'm a furry. They would laugh at you, because it's not furry. Anyway, what was I saying before I was rudely interrupted? Yeah, like, I don't know how you can't have, you know, wine mom brunch dates with your sister. Like, she just brings it up all the time. Like, her problem is, it's not that she herself believes this insane shit, and her family is just, like, ostracized her for having those beliefs. It's literally like she's trying to fucking convert her family members to believe what insane shit she believes. That's the problem. That's where her family's like, what the fuck, dude? What are you doing? That's the issue. It's not that they have a problem with her believing these things, though you should have a problem with your family members if they believe these things, and you should try to, you know, calmly, rationally, over a period of time, get them out of believing it. But it's literally, it seems like this lady is trying to convert them. She's trying to enforce or implant those beliefs into the minds of, you know, her family members. That's why I think that she can't be with her family anymore. It's because she's so obsessed with it. Because she very obviously has way too much time on her hands, and she doesn't know what to do with. So she's just on fucking Facebook, looking at memes, looking at deep-fried memes about Hillary Clinton eating babies. When did brunch get all political? I don't know, man. It's the sorry state of our world. As soon as brunch becomes political, that's how you know Western civilization is crumbling.
You wish you had never stumbled upon.
Once you learn, you don't turn back. I know what God wants of us and what Jesus wants, and it's
what a
Trump
shot
wants, and
Jesus.
it's what the patriots
Dude,
want.
leave a little bit to the imagination, Channel 5. God damn. What a fucking shot.
I would never turn back, no matter how many of my family I lose.
YouTube, what's going on, man? Today, I got a Twitch stream as well. I stream every other day around 5 p.m. Pacific time. You should go follow. That's twitch.tv/ConyourCC. There's a link right fucking there.
I've been censored 3 times, disabled, permanently disabled on Facebook. Censored, permanently.
Permanently disabled, you say? But, like, for what? What did you get permanently disabled on social media for? Because, like, there are literal neo-Nazis that are openly so, that have not been banned on Twitter until recently, Nick Fuentes being one of them, right? Like, you actually have to try a little bit to get banned from these platforms. At least, I guess the January 6th insurrection kind of changed that a little bit. Because, like, the social media companies were like, we're fine making money off of these people literally openly plotting a coup attempt on our nation's capital. We're making money off that. We're totally fine. Until they actually do it, then it's like, oh, shit, man. Oh, we had no idea this was happening. Now we have to ban all these people for it, rather than enforcing this shit earlier. Like, you have to try pretty fucking hard to get banned. So, like, what are you talking about? What are you saying? That you're getting banned on social media? This is why they kicked us out of England? Don't even for a second think that there aren't people like this in the UK as well. That's cope on England's part. That's cope on the bongers part, the three heads part, that the UK doesn't have their own chuds. Please. They literally elected Boris Johnson. I've been staring at these stickers for a minute and I just realized it's the windshield. Yup. You might be thinking to yourself, how the hell do you drive like this? The answer, not very well. God damn. Like, maybe some of these are like one way, if that even exists, but I doubt it. Like, I don't. Where does this person live? What state? Because I'm pretty sure in New Jersey, if you had anything, like even something dangling from the windshield, you could actually get like pulled over and told like, yo, you got to get that shit out of there. That's a distraction hazard. You can't be driving around with a thing dangling from your rear view mirror is what I meant.
Where we go one, we go all. I don't even say the M word anymore, right?
What?
Wait, what?
The M word.
The what? What? Dude, he said, I don't even say the N word anymore, man. What? It's the M word. Apparently. The M word, guys.
It's a dirty word. It's now I have my
But you just said it.
own words instead of the words that I know the algorithms are gonna shut me down.
Can you tell us what words you use for which? We're not going to shut you down.
Mask, the face diaper, vaccine, the jokey pokey, and election fraud. People
The joke, you do the jokey pokey, and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about, folks.
don't understand everything that we've learned from day one has been a lie. We never were on the moon. No, I don't think the Hitler situation is as bad as they said it was either. That was the Rothschilds, that was the Rockefellers. Those are naughty words in social media. I got banned forever on Facebook.
You're watching Channel 5.
After a hectic few weeks on the road, covering events like the Pickup Artist Boot Camp in Las Vegas,
America is back open, baby. It's makeout time.
Hey, we reacted to this.
I decided to dive back into the world of right-wing politics. That's when
Dude, press nodders if you're always chasing chickens and never chasing hoes, chat.
I discovered the God and Country Patriot Roundup, a 3-day event in Dallas which cost $3,000, not including a stay at the Omni Hotel in Dallas, which cost an additional $1,000. What I found there was a couple hundred patriots with one thing in common.
I have been banned from Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. This is Joe Biden's daughter's diary. I used to make videos like reading it out loud.
I've lost.
Wait, what the fuck?
This is Joe Biden's daughter's diary. I used to make videos like.
What kind of demented shit is this? I'm sorry.
Come on, man.
There's Naomi and Ashley Biden. Oh, 1971. Okay. She's 40. Well, at least it's not a child's diary, I guess. That's a plus, I suppose.
Reading it out loud.
I've lost 2 YouTube channels, 3 Twitters, and 4 Facebooks. Every time it's like, yes, I'm winning.
Why'd you get banned?
It's like, oh, yes, dude. My entire internet, literally my entire internet experience is ruined because I can't stop talking about conspiracy theories. Yes. Absolute cope. Insane amounts of cope. Critical copium levels, dude.
The so-called Pizzagate conspiracy theory. If we weren't making a difference, if it wasn't that important, why would they spend so much effort and energy into it?
I mean, all of Silicon Valley is like run by the Chinese, so.
We're in war.
A goddamn communist party of China. So there are 2 ways you can go with that. As soon as someone says the media is controlled by, there are several directions you can go, right? The most obvious one, and a lot of people also probably believe this, is, the Jews. It's a common trope. It's anti-Semitic in its roots. It was, Nazi talking points from way back. Or, apparently now, it's China. Now, there has been, anti-Chinese sentiment in the past. It's ramped up recently, as China has been able to do capitalism better than the United States. Of course, that's an affront to the United States' values. Like, you're able to exploit your workers and, extract more profit from them than we are? Oh, no, no, no. So obviously that's a fucking enemy. And like the third option there, I guess, is like, oh, the media gets a lot of influence from like capital owners that either own the publications or help fund the publications. And like so like for instance, Joe Biden owning, the Washington Post, and then how writers there can't usually like write really like scathing negative pieces on him. There's always like fucking puff pieces on Jeff Bezos, etc. As a result, things of that nature that actually do happen, that unfortunately, even for mentioning that, you get smeared as like an anti-Semitic conspiracy theorist by, you know, capital owners, because it's an easy thing to weaponize if you don't actually care about the plight of the marginalized and only care about capital. So what can you do? Yeah, there's no one group controlling the media. It's just, you know, there are people that have a lot of money and they're able to influence people. They don't, and I mean, that's the way our world works currently. It's not one fucking group. It's just people with an interest, people who are against climate change coverage, like fossil fuel companies, etc., will lobby people in the media and in Congress to do things so that we don't put regulations on them to help try to counteract climate change. All this kind of shit happens, but unfortunately, you just sound like a fucking conspiracy theorist as soon as you talk about it, because that's how everybody with a vested interest in capital maintaining its power over the people have been able to successfully do. Anyway, let's carry on. Let's continue.
It's no different than what they were doing to the Jews and different things. They silence them. They're just doing it through social media and electronically now.
It's a war of the minds. It's psychological, right? It's emotional. It's mental. It's actually worse than having bullets and missiles. The only...
Getting banned on social media is actually worse than being shot and blown up by missiles. Just ask the people in the Middle East, where, you know, United States weapons are routinely used to, you know, accidentally kill civilians. Just ask the families of those people. Would you rather lose, you know, limbs or family members as a result of, you know, bombs made by the United States, or be banned on social media? Ooh. It's a difficult choice. I can understand some hesitation in response there.
The only real difference between woke supremacists and the Nazi supremacists, the white supremacists of the Old South, is the technology available to them. They don't need to put the Jews, the other, into ghettos, because they can now electronically ghettoize us. They, in fact, this Jew is electronically ghettoized. They have removed my voice from the community. I am endlessly being...
He said they put me in the techno ghetto. Because I'm talking about wild conspiracy theories on the internet. And they banned me as a result. Oh, no.
Imprisoned in Zuckerberg's gulags.
No.
And again, it serves
Zuckerberg's gulags, dude. Oh, shit. Gee, imagine being put in the fucking gulag by this guy. Oh, Jesus Christ. Communist Mark Zuckerberg. Doing whiteface while he's surfing. What's up with that, man? How is he not canceled for this? Probably because this is the full image. Jesus Christ. What is that? Anyway, let's carry on.
Exactly the same purpose as Stalin's gulags. They woke people, wake up. It's pretty ridiculous to be outraged by a misgendered toy plastic potato.
True.
It's pretty ridiculous to be outraged by the shape of a syrup jar shaped in the design of a beloved black ant.
You talking about Mr. Potato Head?
Yeah, I see. I mean, hey, we got some common ground here. I also think that it's pretty fucking ridiculous that right-wingers and conservatives have worried about whether or not Potato Head has a dick or not. That's true. That's a pretty dumb thing to be worried about. Conservatives made it like round-the-clock media coverage anyway. Same thing for the Aunt Jemima thing, though. I mean, they're outraged not because of, you know, the reasons for why it was removed, rather just because they wanted to be outraged about it, because they think it's like PC culture overreaching or whatever. But like, it's still kind of silly to be mad that, you know, Aunt Jemima's, you know, branding has been changed a little bit.
It sucks, but that's why we fight.
And now what we've done is, between President Trump and people like Q and podcasts like myself, we had a voice. We are the news now. When people want to know the truth, where do they go?
This guy is
Alternative
so
platforms like Rumble, BitChute, DLive, Twitch, Foxhole, Pill,
What?
CloutHub,
Wait, what?
PureSocial.tv.
Wait, chat, no. Please, no, chat, please, no. No.
Rumble, BitChute, DLive, Twitch, Fox.
We're alternative platforms now, chat. He said Twitch. He said Twitch. It's a wrap. We're an alternative platform that apparently Q people seem to be interested in. Go, chat, go!
Hey, how you doing? No one in the whole universe will ever compare.
Prince was murdered, and we absolutely have already proven it by mathematical standards. Prince had been exposing things about deep state, Illuminati, cabal. I call it the Worldwide Communist Network. And I think we all know that when you do things like that and you use your celebrityism and your platform to speak these truths that are not allowed, right?
Dude, please God, if I ever become like a noteworthy celebrity of any kind and I happen to pass away, please God, fight like hell against these people if they decide to martyrize me for their fucking heinous ends. Holy shit. Like, aren't these like the same people that didn't really care much for Prince? Primarily, obviously, because he was a successful, you know, person of color, a black man, but also like flamboyant, homosexual, but now he's a martyr. The fuck?
The one-eyed crew, then you get hit.
I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. Chester Bennington's the lead singer of Linkin Park. He and Chris Cornell were going to expose Hillary Clinton's pedophilia. Jeffrey Epstein.
So like, the play literally just is celebrity dies, they died because Hillary Clinton. That's it. That's the play. Elaborate on that? No, I don't think I will. That's the play.
Where do you get your news from?
From divine source, from God. We are a prophetic justice ministry.
I do not watch...
More like a pathetic justice ministry. God.
TV, I don't watch truthers, I don't watch the internet, I do not really even read books. I've channeled all of my
You
life.
don't say.
I've always heard his voice, and my accuracy is constantly at 99 to 100%.
We're not part of the Q movement. We align with some of the things that Q has said. We really came out to just network with this community. So love and honor and infinite love and gratitude to Prince and Nipsey Hussle.
Upon further research, I learned that...
I wonder what this person's views are on the way that the United States allocates money in its discretionary budget. Like, I wonder how this person feels about the amount of money we spend on defense versus the amount of money that could better be used in other places, like healthcare for everybody, Medicare for all, you know? Or, you know, providing public housing for the houseless. I wonder just how much this taxation without representation, it's tyranny's sign holder, cares about those kinds of things. Because when I read taxation without representation, that to me feels like if they're taking money from you, which, you know, if you're paying taxes, they are, it should go to programs and services that benefit you in the long run. So most rational countries have decided that we can allocate these tax dollars to make it so that everybody in our country is able to see a doctor for regular checkups, if they feel sick, etc., at little to no cost, because that promotes the health of the citizens of the country, which makes them more productive. If you want to look at it through a capitalist point of view, it makes them more productive workers even. There are like pro-capitalist reasons for why you would want your populace to be healthy and not on the verge of death and destruction at every moment. But barring that, like, that's literally taxation without representation. Taxation without representation is quite literally defense getting like $700 billion in the discretionary budget, give or take a couple billion, and still allowing for there to be a houseless epidemic in this country, and still allowing for medical bankruptcies to happen, and still allowing for people to die because they don't go to the doctor because they can't afford it. That's taxation without representation. But to these people, to most people that say this shit, They've been tricked into thinking that if we get rid of taxes in general, or if we get like even a flat tax, that's going to be better for the little guy because we'll get to keep more of our paycheck. Even though the people that still pay a large sum of money that would no longer are the wealthy. That's why a flat tax is fucking busted, because it's like even worse than having no taxes almost. Because like the average person is getting taxed at the same rate as the incredibly wealthy. Absolute insanity. Anyway. Taxation without representation? You mean like what happens to the entire resident population of Washington, D.C.? Yeah, true. Yeah, but I doubt these people are for D.C. statehood. Highly doubt that. They would probably just say that that's a Democrat power grab.
Further research, I learned that this was not just any Patriot conference. The event is hosted by John Sabal, aka QAnon John, and his wife Amy. These Patriots are avid believers in QAnon, a conspiracy theory that a deep state insider is spreading messages on the image board 8chan to expose people like Hillary Clinton and Bill Gates, saying they belong to an elite cabal of Satan worshipping. I don't know what. Brace, you want to come in here?
It's weird to be a QAnon person now because for 5 years, QAnon people have believed that Nancy Pelosi, etc., would be arrested and executed in Guantanamo Bay prison in Cuba. And to this date, not a single person has been.
And on December 8th, 2020, Q stopped posting.
I think the last post
no, they got him.
was
They fucking got him, chat. It's over.
We got him. Scene from Last of the Mohicans, and then a gif of an American flag flying over a forest. That's basically it.
Jesus. By the way, can we just say, once again, just how bad of an optics disaster January 6th was for the right? Like, I see discourse constantly about, you know, some so-called lefties being like, oh, it's way overblown. The Democrats are focusing way too much on it. But, like, even if you think that it wasn't as bad as some Democrats are making it out to be, it's still an incredible hammer to use against the right in turning everyday people against them, right? It's a very easy way to be like, hey, you, apolitical, you know, average Joe, you see these fucking crazy people? That's the right wing. That's Republicans. Because it is, by the way. You're not even lying when you say that. Don't be like that. That's not good. And they'll be like, oh, perhaps I will look into these Democrats. Or, you know, alternative means of helping my community that aren't believing in insane conspiracy theories like QAnon. I don't know what the left gets from downplaying it. I understand that you would prefer Democrats to, like, focus on more, I guess, substantive issues in your eyes, like getting people health care, you know, dealing with the impending eviction moratorium ending, etc., etc. I understand that there are a lot of other things that we would want Democrats to focus on. But that doesn't stop the January 6th coup attempt from being an incredible weapon we can use against them. It doesn't stop it from being the case. So I don't know. I don't know what you gain from downplaying it. It just seems like you're helping the right, which I don't know why you would want to do that. Maybe you don't think you are, but you kind of are. Because it's an incredible weapon to use against them. Anyway.
It was an infiltration. I was there. I know what it was. Antifa. Black Lives Matter, George Soros funded, same thing. You know, it's all an infiltration. We've learned it. We've seen the court documents since it.
This is always the funniest talking point to me. They're literally all there, dressed to the nines in Trump gear. And you could, and I guess the retort to that is like, oh, well, it's just Antifa and BLM dressing up like Trump supporters to do this. Like, okay. Except there are several right-wing e-celebrities that were there literally live streaming the event. There was an elected representative that was there, a Republican that was there live streaming of the event. They planned it out in the open, right-wingers did, on Facebook and other social media, saying they were going to be there and do this. So like even if they disprove, even if they in their minds disprove all of that, right? If they give their what they think is good rebuttals to that, which are never good rebuttals to it, I would imagine then if you think it's BLM and Antifa, you would support the investigations that Democrats are trying to, you know, put together committees for into the January 6th attack, so we can really get to the bottom of what happened there. Get these Antifa people, get justice for what these Antifa and BLM people so-called did, right? You would support that, wouldn't you? And they're like, no. Actually, we don't. We don't want the investigation. Because we know it was us, actually. We know it was us right-wingers, us Republicans, us Trump voters. It's so blatantly falsifiable, but it doesn't matter. These people do not care about hypocrisy. You cannot hypocrisy burn a right-winger because their entire ideology is built upon contradictions. It's built upon hypocrisy. You cannot call out the hypocrisy of someone where that's literally all they know. It doesn't work. Very obviously. If it did work, the Democrats would be doing very well. But they're not. It's not good, folks. I think the reason leftists are poo-pooing the January 6th coup attempt is that it happened in the past and nothing is ever going to come from it through congressional investigations. You think that. Or they would think that, rather, not you specifically. But we've already got a lot of tangible ramifications for these people as a result of the small amount of investigation that's been happening. What we would be looking for, I imagine, or what Democrats would be looking for, is what was going on in the White House, how much of a link Trump had to this, how much the Republican elected representatives had to this, because Lauren Boebert, the gun lady, Republican who was recently elected, was giving people tours shortly beforehand, was tweeting out, vaguely where Nancy Pelosi was, where that was one of the targets of the people that broke in. Mike Pence, Nancy Pelosi, obviously people like AOC, Ilhan Omar would not have been safe should they have gotten their hands on them, etc. So, you would hope to find, through that investigation, things that elected representatives had done to, in some way, aid and abet what happened on the 6th, and as a result, be able to expel them from office. I forget what the constitutional amendment is that allows you to do it, but it makes it so that they can never hold elected office again if they are, voted out or whatever, as a result of it using that, which would be really beneficial to people, to get these fucking cretins like Lauren Boebert, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Matt Gaetz, etc. out of there, because they are genuinely harmful to the general public. But yeah, I don't know. It seems like there could be a lot of good that could come from it. But that's also, by the way, like what you said there, I think the reason leftists are poo-pooing the January 6th coup attempt is that it happened in the past and nothing's ever going to come from it through congressional investigations. That's what they were said about Russiagate, too. That's what a lot of these lefties said about Russiagate as well. It's like, oh, nothing's going to come of it, blah, 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 blah. It's a waste of our resources. We should be focusing on other things. But there was actually a lot of tangible stuff that came from the Russiagate investigations as well. Now, it didn't prove that Trump directly, quid pro quo colluded with the Russians, but they got several indictments. They got several people put in jail. We found a lot of information in regards to how Russia was actually trying to sway elections. It's not to say that Russia's unique in doing that. Obviously, all countries try to affect the elections of other countries where they hope to have influence, right? There's a lot of tangible benefits that came from Russiagate. So if we're going to say that about Russiagate and then have all of the benefits that we got from it, and then we're going to say that about this, it seems like it's a good idea. That's all I'm going to say.
It's happened. These are people with connections.
I don't think that the storm didn't necessarily happen. I think that the whole point of it was for a vast majority of people to wake up. There are still things happening. We've got the audits in Arizona, Georgia, Wisconsin.
I trust 100% that there's a plan. I think it's Dan Scavino, Mike Pompeo. I think, we're obviously not allowed to hear about certain things because it's a military operation.
It's all cope, by the way. The fact that, I think there's a plan, it's all cope.
And, I have complete faith. It doesn't ruin my hopes that, a lot of people aren't talking about it. They don't want to get kicked off Facebook.
One of the tactics of this new psychological war seemed to be avoiding Q. The main speakers of the event, General Flynn and Sidney Powell, claimed to not know anything about what we're talking about.
Gentlemen, ready right here?
Okay, thank you. Andrew Callaghan, Channel 5 Action News. So,
Channel 5 from where, though? Describe
Channel 5 Action News is not actually a TV channel. It's the name of our YouTube channel.
I got it. I think I knew that about you.
It's not syndicated through...
There's no shot Michael Flynn knew anything about Andrew Callaghan or Channel 5. What?
National Broadcasting Corporation, but so talking about manipulation, if you go on any mainstream media platform, they describe this whole event as a QAnon conspiracy conference.
Yeah.
Why do you think that they're doing that, and is that true?
If they create this boogeyman, right? If they create this boogeyman, that's a nice little thing to just keep beating us about. They try to take an organization like this and create that level of noise that I talked about. QAnon, they're the domestic, they're the new, they're the new shiny object. I know what QAnon is.
He almost said the new domestic terrorists, and he's not wrong. White supremacist domestic terrorism makes up, I think, what is it, like 70% of domestic terror in the States, if not like 80 or 90. I forget exactly. I've tweeted about this a lot. Regardless, they make up the majority of domestic terror in the United States. QAnon, I would imagine there's a lot of white supremacists within QAnon as well. There's a lot of overlap, a lot of anti-Semites as well. Neo-Nazis, you know.
I really don't. I really don't. But I'm going to leave here saying, well, do you believe in God?
General Flynn was being real sneaky.
As he delivered his speech, vendors in the back sold QAnon hats and t-shirts, and his colleague Sidney Powell was even wearing a big fat Q on the back of her motorbike jacket.
He claimed to not know what QAnon was.
Oh, that's, you see, you simpleton. That's simply just the Queen, which is a playing card.
But months before, he took the oath with his entire extended family.
Where we go one, we go all. Where we go one, we go
all.
all.
Oh, yeah.
God bless America.
God bless America.
I remember that.
Listen, on the 4th
That's white culture right there, brother. Hell yeah. You get in front of your goddamn bonfire in your cookie cutter McMansion. You hit him up with the Where We Go one, and it's a good time.
America.
God bless America. Listen, on the 4th of July last year, where we go one, we go all, he was the military man who knew about the Hillary Clinton scandals and what they've been doing for years. Like, his truth is what brought the movement alive. And, you know, whether or not he's in it, he's the people's general, he woke us up, whatever it was, he had a role in the Great Awakening.
This is how you know these people aren't good people, okay?
He's...
That's how you know these people aren't good people. What the fuck is this? There's more cream than coffee in there. Come on.
The people's general,
That's too
he
light.
woke us up, whatever it was, he had a role in the Great Awakening. Shout out to General Flynn, where we
These
go
people
on.
like their coffee like they like their people. White as hell.
Not surprisingly, other speakers followed General Flynn's lead.
What are your thoughts on the whole, like, QAnon thing?
I don't know about it. I really don't. And, you know, I only
Cap.
talk about things I know.
Cap.
Like, are you familiar with arena football?
Arena football? Like the sport?
Yeah, the sport. So, like, my roommate was one of the old owners of one of the teams.
So this you know, event in general has been called a QAnon conspiracy theory rally. Even says, where we go one, we go all on the lanyard. What are your thoughts on that whole thing?
I don't know. I'm just here to talk. Booker T. Washington is the father of black conservatism. His three-point plan of education, entrepreneurship, and self-reliance, we need to bring that back.
I see the crystal raindrops fall and the beauty of it all when the sun comes shining through. I think Trump is the best thing that ever happened to black people in particular. I represent the hood from St. Louis. We kill each other every day in the black community. When a young girl is sitting up on her bed doing her homework and a bullet comes through the window, there's no Black Lives Matter. But as soon as a white police officer grabs a black person the wrong way, put the finger in the face the wrong way, Black Lives Matter. It has nothing to do with the matters of black lives.
It's almost like there's a difference between agents of the state and random citizens committing acts of violence against others with no justification. Well, I don't know. It seems pretty simple to me. Here we have a random citizen who has committed an act that nobody condones. Here we have an agent of the state, a police officer who has sworn an oath to protect and serve the people, doing the opposite of that. I see no difference here, say the conservatives. Very difficult.
What are the undercurrents that are hiding behind the Black Lives Matter movement?
First of all, it was started by two lesbian
Marxists. Their goddamn critical race theory Marxist agenda.
black lesbians who hate the black family.
The war against
Gotta love when the homophobia just jumps right out. Why? What is your proof that they hate the family, no less the black family? Is it simply because they're lesbians? There is no substantive proof to show that same-sex couples fare any better or worse at raising children. There isn't any. So it's literally just homophobia that justifies him emphasizing that they're two lesbians.
Okay, Antifa, I'm speaking to you. So what
Oh, shit,
I
he's
saw
talking out shit.
yesterday is uncalled for. When you're sitting there making up lies about speakers that are involved with QAnon, when you're sitting there spewing ugliness, make sure you know and educate yourself. And don't be spewing out venom.
Midway through our interview, fake news arrived.
What's going on? Let's go find out. Yeah, let's go find out. You're hosting.
What?
He said what? What the absolute content brain on Andrew is insane. He's literally given this fucking QAnon nut the microphone. Some crazy shit's going on. So Andrew's going to check it out, and he just gives the fucking keys to the city to this dude. Holy shit.
What am I doing? What's happening?
Insanity.
Oh, he got kicked out. Who? He's a reporter. Oh, I don't even know what I'm doing. Oh, is that fake news? Fake news. Will, how you doing, brother? You trying to get in, huh? Not good. Try to get in, huh? Not good, Will.
Not good.
Yeah, get out of here.
Schmuck.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
my
I mean,
God.
they're not fans of mine. I think
Speaking of spit and venom, people, he just called him a schmuck. That's fucked up.
QAnon John, who runs it, is not like a huge fan of my reporting, and I think QAnon people just like aren't huge fans of reporters in general. What QAnon tells you is that like the most powerful people in the world just committing the most heinous crimes. They're abusing children with impunity, right? And only you and Donald Trump can stop it. And so if you believe that, then like, yeah, of course you're gonna be on board with QAnon. And I think like part of it is frankly that it seems pretty fun. And look, they call themselves digital soldiers, right? It's like you're like in a war.
Do you feel bad for these people?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, I don't feel super bad for like the people who are promoting it and like who I think are often cynically making money and ruining people. But yeah, I typically feel very bad for the average QAnon.
I can't not see this fucking hat and think this is literally Air from the Pickup Artist. Literally this guy. I can't not see this guy when I see this hat.
Believer because
like, is he there? Is that him?
It preys on your emotions, right? It's like almost everyone I
No,
know.
it's not.
They have a
mind.
story about someone they know who has like lost their mind.
Unfortunate.
To QAnon.
God damn. It's a lot of gravy.
We're actually doing food. We're actually feeding people.
What do you think he was trying to say?
That's classified.
She has a big butt. Who?
His mom. It's not that good. I mean, it's like shaped nicely, but it's not like she's not that hot.
Bro, how are you gonna describe the dimensions of your mom's ass like this on camera? What the fuck?
It's like that. It's like curves in.
I am a menace. Eat his booty out.
What?
No.
What was he? Where was he even gonna go with that? He said, "I am a menace," and he's quoting another song there. And he said, "Eat his booty out." Like what? Like you're at the dentist? What do you? You don't eat at the dentist, homie. That's not where you eat. Like maybe like venison. Maybe you could kind of slant rhyme it. Maybe. I don't know. Vape Nation.
I love Trump, but I hated when he banned flavored vape juice.
I want to know why what happened in Myanmar can't happen here.
Myanmar? Jesus! Minimar?
No reason. I mean, it should happen here. No reason.
Fucking Minimar, dude. Mini-Mart. Just doing the most. Well, that was a video. These videos are insane, dude. I'm glad Channel 5 with Andrew Callaghan is able to be a thing after the all grass no ass situation. I'm glad we're able to continue the absolute artistry of this channel. This video's Conure Callout is Wendell B. Dazzler. Thanks so much. Hope you've enjoyed your stay. If you'd like to be the next Conure Callout, all you need to do is follow me on Twitter @ConureCC and retweet my video links when they go live. Now get out of here. You bother me.